Namaste and good morning. This is Chantel from She Achieves Studio, again in San Antonio, Texas, receiving Warrior Goddess Training Level 2 and Warrior Heart Practice Facilitator Training. Along with meeting some amazing people, some amazing warrior goddesses, I have come to the thought that life can be like cracking an egg. How do you crack your egg? So this egg is kind of like a sphere, sort of. It's like a elliptic kind of shape. And in that shell, in that hard shell, there is some nourishment. So how we attain, how we get to this nourishment is completely up to you. It's your choice. You can crack the egg with one hand, with grace, with ease, with thought, with care, with love. You can crack this egg with the feeling of, I have no idea how to crack an egg. You can use two hands. Some of the hard shell can then drop into the yolk, the nourishment, where you have to pick it out, and you get really, really messy when you start picking out the shell from the nourishment. And that can be, yes, it can be messy. So when we decide and we have the willingness, when we have the perception, and when we have a certain amount of perception, a clear perception, a perception of love versus victim or ego, or judge, it becomes a little bit smoother. If we're judging ourselves, well, why did I crack that egg like that? Now it's a big mess, and now my hands are all messy. Or, well, how come I can't crack the egg? I've tried to crack the egg with one hand for like 6 years, and I can't do it. Or cracking the egg like, well, give me the egg. I know how to crack an egg. Are you crazy? Or we crack the egg with ease and grace. And if part of the shell comes into the nourishment, we stick our fingers in or the spoon in, and we dig it out, and we wash our hands, and we keep going. So once the egg is cracked, then what do we do with it? Is the yolk broken? Do we scramble up the nourishment? Do we boil the nourishment? Do we burn the nourishment? Do we blend the nourishment? What do we do with it then? And that is all your choice. But it's really hard, in my eyes, to find ease and grace into what we do with our nourishment when our perception is clouded. So that is the Toltec word called matote, and that is the dream of the planet, which I'll be discussing more in upcoming workshops and circles based on the ancient shamanic, European shamanic and Mexican Toltec lineage from the direct teachings of Heather Ashamara. So stay tuned for more information about that. But getting back to the egg, so we have this shell that is protection, but then we have all this juiciness and these different flavors that can be achieved from what we find inside of the shell. So we can use that as a metaphor for ourselves. When we have the tools, when we have the knowledge, we're able to apply and integrate what we've learned. We can then crack the egg with grace. We have the nourishment fully intact, and then we get to choose what to do with it. So choose how to crack your egg. With me, Chantel at She Achieves Studio. I say, namaste.